So if we were to look at this from a corporate standpoint, how would you apply this law of cause and effect that you're talking about to, let's say, getting a sales force to have better results?
That is incredibly interesting, because if you can do that with one person, and you can get a number of people in a sales organization do a similar thing, you get a critical mass in a sales organization, you can literally catapult your results incredibly. And I come to think of a story my friend Bob Proctor told me a while ago, when he was talking about when he and Linda met, must be 35 years ago or something like that. Mm-hmm. And I know you know Bob as well, and he was funny. He was telling me when they met, and Linda asked him to coach her, and he said, well, that's okay, as he says to me, and he says to everyone he coaches, is that as long as it is ethical, legal, and moral, you got to do what I tell you to do. And she kind of, I want to be my own boss, but okay, she went along with it. And he said, first of all, Linda, how many prospects do you see, or potential customers do you see every morning before 9 o'clock in the morning? Now, Linda was in insurance sales at the time. She wanted to increase her commissions, was a little stuck there, she wanted to earn more money, and she started laughing, and she said, God, I'm in insurance. We don't even get out of bed before 9 o'clock in the morning. we get to the office around 12, and then when we get to the office, we start making a few phone calls, and then we eventually see people in the afternoon, evening. So Bob says then, well, Linda, then I want you to get up a little earlier, and I want you to be in front of a prospect before 9 o'clock in the morning, shake their hands, and ask them to buy something. And she said, nobody has ever done that in our company before. And he said, that's exactly why I want you to do that, because you don't want everybody else's results, do you? He said, I agreed to that. So, okay, so what more, Bob? She said, well, what do you ask them to buy? And she said, according to Bob, she said a ridiculously small amount. And he asked her to say, let's say, I don't remember the exact number, but he says, ask them to buy for $100,000 worth of insurance. She said, that's never happened in our company. Nobody does that. She said, okay, that's what I wanted to do. So they only changed, or she only changed, 2 small habits. And most of the time we think, at least that's what I come across, you may have seen similar, that a lot of people think that you have to change so much in order to improve behavior and catapult your results. But most of the time, it's down to a couple of small things. If you can change a couple of habits, that will change more, and you will change your results. So by changing these 2 small things, she went from earning $25,000 commission the former year until 12 months later having earned $495,000 commission. And imagine that. I have no idea what Linda earned on this, but let's assume that it was 10%, and you had 10 people doing what Linda did. That's 50 million more revenue for the company. Now imagine if you have a huge sales staff, or just got a few more people doing that, you will get that result.
It's pretty amazing when you think of the numbers like that, and just having to change a couple of habits, and then you get this tremendous result.